You guys know I love podcasting and listening to podcasts, and I'm guessing if you're listening to this that you love podcasts too. Have you ever considered podcasting yourself? It is a great way to reach your audience, grow your know, like and trust factor, and not need to show your face unless you want to. If it is something you've thought about but you don't know where to start, then head over to becomeapodcaster.uk/BAP quiz, BAP quiz, to access a 2-minute quiz that will help you work out what type of podcast might suit you. That's becomeapodcaster.uk/BAP quiz. You're listening to the Mindset and Action podcast, bringing you the map to grow and streamline your business in 2023. I'm your host, Donna Eade, your go-to gal for all things podcasting, planning and productivity. And I'll be bringing you all that plus mindset goodness from experts with knowledge to share. Let's make 2023 the year of success in your business. You are needed by your audience. You have lives to change. You have people to serve. Your impact is needed in this world. Never quit on your dreams. All you've got to do is go out there and make it happen, boss. Amy Porterfield. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so happy to have you here today because today we are talking about adding a course to your business. Now, I did an episode a couple of weeks back where I was talking about ways to increase your revenue streams so that you are balancing the risk of where your money is coming from. And today I wanted to hone in on courses. And that is because I think a course is a great asset for you to have in your business. Now, a course is something that you can sell again and again and again. You can have it set on autopilot. You can deliver it live. You can have it pre-recorded so that it's an evergreen model that you just don't have to even think about, which is amazing. There are so many possibilities with a course that can add value to your business and substantial amounts of money to your business. And we're going to jump in to the different types of course that you might consider doing in your business. So today we're going to talk about the 3 different types of courses that you might want to create, and there might be more. I am not the course expert. That is Amy Porterfield, and I will give you a link for her at the end. It'll be in the show notes if you want to head there now. But we are going to be talking about spotlight courses, mini courses, and signature courses today. So what is a spotlight course? A spotlight course is like a one-off course, a very quick course, something that can be done really quickly, usually really focused in on one topic area. Now, if you listened to the podcast I did a few weeks back where I was talking about the different streams of revenue that you might want to create, you might have heard me mention about the guy who is doing an iPhone photography course. Now, that would be what I would consider a spotlight course. It is a course about a very narrow niche. It is iPhone photography. So it's not all mobile phone photography. It is not photography. It is iPhone photography. So that is a very niched down thing. And he was going to be talking about in that course how to get the best pictures on your iPhone. These spotlight courses are absolutely fantastic for you to increase your know, like and trust factor with your target audience, to position yourself as that expert for them. It is something that is of low cost, that they can get into, that they can learn something, action something, get results, and know that you are a good person to learn from. So you will be able to, with this spotlight course, attract your target audience for the bigger things in your business that you want to sell. For example, so you could target this iPhone photography course at two different audiences. Your first is people who are maybe in the photography industry that want to get to grips with how to just create better images on their phone, follow somebody who's in the industry that's already done a course on it that they can quickly just pick up and go, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and run with it. But you could also focus on whoever it is that you target with your photography. So, for example, if it is parents taking portraits of their children, you could aim it and do the advertising around taking photos of your family with your iPhone, how to take great family photographs with your iPhone. And then you could lead them in that course, give them the information to make fantastic iPhone photos, but then you can also talk about the power of having a professional take your photos for you. For a start, you can all be in the photo all at once without getting flustered because somebody's got to run back and set the timer and you've got to hope that all the kids are smiling at the same time. You know, you can't be in two places at once. So that would be a great angle to be able to get clients into the studio, but also to send those other people that are interested in photography, maybe are photographers that want to just brush up on their iPhone photography skills, or people who are looking to get into photography but want to start with something easy like their iPhone because they've got one of those, and see how they go. So that could lead them down your training line. So with a spotlight course, like I said, it is usually something that is under £100. So you're looking at somewhere around 47 is a good price, or the £50 mark is where you're looking at a spotlight course. It doesn't give you in-depth information across everything you could ever know. It gives a very specific result for a very specific thing. So there are various ways that you can deliver a course that is a spotlight course. It could be an email series that you send out. It could be a video series. It could be a selection of audios. It could be a workbook that they work through. It doesn't have to be what would be considered the normal way to do a course. So if you've ever bought a course before, whatever that looked like, it doesn't have to be that way for your spotlight course. Because it is a short, intense, very niched idea, you can take any of those ideas, use a combination of them, but make it simple. Because it is this low cost item, you want to make it as easy and simple for you to deliver it as possible. I would say a spotlight course doesn't have any live element to it. It is literally something that people can buy, download whatever they need to download, videos, whatever, and then they take it. You could, like I say, drip it out over a couple of days or a week or something like that with emails. It is completely up to you, but it should be something that is really easily delivered because it is a low cost entry level course. The next type of course is a mini course. So if, for example, the spotlight course is like a one-off drama documentary, then a mini course is the TV series for that type of documentary. Like you're taking, rather than having it in a drama documentary, you're splitting it up and you're putting it into more components and you're expanding on it. So this would be something that is usually a self-paced learning experience that covers more than a spotlight course. So this again would be something that doesn't necessarily have a live element. Depending on how you feel about that, you could have, for example, a group set up for this course and all new students filter into that course, and maybe you go in there once a month and do a live Q&A, and it doesn't matter where people are in the course, they can come and get their questions answered by you. So maybe that's something you offer, but you really don't need to. with a mini course. So a mini course is something that is a little bit more in depth than a spotlight course, has more components to it. So you would perhaps have more videos, more emails, more workbooks. It would just be bigger. So maybe you had a spotlight course, so you could use the video photography one as an example, but you could also do one as a photographer for setting up your digital camera for its first use. And this could be camera specific. So this could be really useful to somebody who's starting with a camera. And you could do a setup video. So it's just one video where you're showing them how to manually set all these settings and what to look out for and what to use and how to change the settings. And that may be just one video. Then your mini course would be a series of videos. So for example, you would then go on to your mini course being how to get great images with your digital DSLR. You would think of a much better title, of course. And then you would break it down into sections. So maybe you would have natural light photography, flash photography, nighttime photography, and you would have within those modules a series of videos that helps you with setting up your camera ready to take the shot, things that you need to think about when taking the shot, how to take the shot, how to edit the shot. Maybe that would be something, and you could have that mini course that people could just walk through, get the information, implement it on their own and go for it. So what in your business could you do a mini course or a spotlight course on? Think about that whilst we're talking about this. What in your business could you break down into smaller components that you could deliver as a course that would help somebody in the niche that you are in? And I will try and think of another example. Here you go. If you were, say, a content marketer and you help people with their social media, you could do a spotlight course on how to set up your social media scheduling tools and schedule a month's worth of social media content in a weekend. Now, I actually have a freebie on that called Social Flow, which I enjoy doing because I like to create my content in batches. My podcast is all about planning and productivity, so that fits in with that. But for you as a content manager, you might want to show them how they can actually step by step go through that in real time in a video, show them how to find their topics and how to break that down and how to make it easier to put out a month's worth of content. Then your mini course might be to talk about how to build your marketing strategy around your social media and talk to them about how they can use their social media for their marketing plan, and if they were in a marketing promotion period, what their social media would look like and what it would look like outside a promotion period, and how they would manage their social media to lead into their paid items. So that might be a mini course where they could watch it, they could learn how their social media should look when they're in promotion mode, how it should look when they're out of promotion mode, and what they can do to utilize it to their best advantage. So that leads on. So they know how to create a month's worth of content in a very short space of time. Now they know how the strategy around promoting and not promoting and what they should be doing with their social media in that time. And then we would lead on to a signature course. So a signature course is usually a much bigger beast. It is usually delivered over a 6 to 10 week period, sometimes longer, and it usually includes live elements. So, for example, I have done B School and I have done the membership experience with Stu McLaren. And B School with Marie Forleo and the membership experience with Stu McLaren are both signature courses. They are both delivered live over a 10-week period. And when I say they're delivered live, what I mean is the content of the course is already pre-recorded, but it is delivered in a live manner, which means that on a Monday, the course content drops and you can work through it. And then there are live elements. So on a Thursday, Stu would do a 10, 10 and 10. 10 questions in, 10 questions with 10 answers in under 10 minutes. And it was never under 10 minutes. It was always an hour and a half. He can't help himself. But yeah, but it sounded better saying it was a 10, 10 and 10. So there is a live element where you can get help. There is a group where everybody is in it and sharing, and the team is there to answer questions. So that is the difference in effort, I suppose, that you've got to put out there, because with a signature course, it is 10 weeks and you are in it for that 10 weeks with them. Now, a mini course, they could probably do in, 4 to 6 hours if they were just going to sit down and go through it back to back sort of thing, 6 to 12 hours maybe. A spotlight course is literally something they could do in a couple of hours and they could have it. So the signature course is much more in depth. It is delivered in real time for people so that everybody is on the same page at the same time, and you're going through it as a cohort, and the person who is teaching the course is there in a live capacity for a certain amount of time during the course delivery. Now, when you are doing a signature course, the benefits for your students is that it's live. So they're going to be compelled to do the course with you in real time because they want to be able to get their questions answered if they have any. It is more in depth. You're going to have a structure, like there's going to be a lot of digital workbooks. There's going to be maybe links to audios. There's going to be extra bonuses in there. It's just going to be a lot more full on, and it's going to be that, we're going through it together. They're going to have other students that are going to work through it with them at the same time. So they have that sort of class feeling, and it's going to provide them with a much more in-depth look at what they're doing. So for the photography example, this might be A to Z digital course, a digital camera course. So it might be looking at everything from different types of camera that you might want to use, the different types of photography that you might want to consider with those cameras. It might focus on a particular style of photography and going in deep on how to get the best photographs out of your cameras with those particular photographs. So it might be a portrait photography course where it is going to talk about the difference between flash photography and natural light photography, indoor photography, outdoor photography, backdrops, props, posing, makeup, hair, posing more than one person, posing a group of people, different ages, how to work with people of different ages, what to focus on, how to make your client feel comfortable in the studio, how to get them to break out of their shell. There is so much in just looking at what you would need to do if you wanted to become a portrait photographer, that would fill up a 10-week course easily. And you could do the same for sports photography. You could do the same for landscape photography. So you could, even though it is a signature course, which is like an all-encompassing, it doesn't mean all-encompassing every area of everything. You can still have a niche to that signature course. So Stu's obviously focuses on creating a membership site. That is what his 10-week course is about. But Marie Forleo's is B School, which stands for business school. So she's teaching you how to set up a business. And this doesn't matter what you're doing, whether you're having a membership, whether you're doing a course, whether you are doing a service, a product. She is setting you up for business. So it's an overarching theme. So there are different ways that you could use your signature course to bring in extra revenue. And I would say that a signature course is something that you would be only running once or twice a year. It is 10 weeks out of your year to run it once if it's a maximum 10-week course. I would say that these are the types of things that you would run
on a limited basis. And then your mini course and your spotlight courses, those would be the things that run constantly in the background. Your spotlight course, bringing people in, just getting them to do that first little payment that lets them have that deeper access to you and build your authority and know, like, and trust factor with them. The mini course that just gives them a little bit more in depth if they're not quite ready to jump in to your big course. It'll give them a little bit of something else to work with whilst they are waiting to get the money together or waiting for the next round because they want to do it next year or whatever. They can all work really well together, but they also work really well on their own. So it is up to you what course you start with, what course you do, if you're just going to do one, if you're going to think, oh, I'm going to lead this in and do more than one. Choosing the right course for you depends on your business goals, your target audience, and your available resources. Like I said, a signature course is a lot of human resource because it has that live element to it. And if you're like, I am not going to have time to make sure that I am free every Thursday for a 10-week period, I can't do that. I've got kids with different activities that are going on, parties, etc. I can't commit to that. Then don't do a signature course. Do a mini course. Maybe you are someone who says, like, a spotlight course isn't going to work for my business. There is too much to know. I couldn't get it all out in something that costs so little. It wouldn't be viable. I would argue that there is probably something that you could do, but you might feel that that's not right for your business, which is absolutely fine. So maybe you settle on doing a mini course. It is really important that your course aligns with your expertise and the needs of your audience. So definitely look at it if you're going to do it within your business, because I know I spoke about doing a course that is like part of your hobby, something that you want to do. That's something that you wouldn't promote in your business, but you might just have out there somewhere. It is much better to have a course that is related to what it is that you do and who it is that you serve, because you've already got an audience ready to hear about it and that may well want to buy it. I would do some research in the first instance. Talk to your current audience, ask them what they're having difficulties with, what are their strengths, what is it that they want to work on within your niche area, and see if there is something there that you could do a spotlight course on, because it may be that you get a handful of people, maybe more, that turn around and say, do you know what, I'm just really struggling with putting into practice scheduling my social media. I know that it's going to save me time. I know if I did it all in one that I would be able to get back hours of my day, but I just don't know really where to start with it, and I'm procrastinating and I just can't do it. So maybe a spotlight course would just help them put into place a plan that says on a Sunday night for an hour, they sit down, they do X, Y, and Z, and that gets their social set up for the week and they don't have to think about it again. Whatever it is, always talk to your audience about what it is that they are needing at the moment, and that will inform you of what type of course you could do, which one would suit them best for that need, and you can then look at what resource you have available to provide that course, so you know whether you're going to be able to do it as a spotlight, mini, or signature course. One of the things that you do need if you're going to have a course is a way to deliver that course. Now, I did say that you could do something like an email course where the course is actually delivered in an email, and perhaps you do videos and you put them up on an unlisted YouTube channel and you deliver those videos via email. You could do that. Or you might want to have a place on your website that is the home of this course, and for that you need a membership area, so only people that have bought the course can get access to it. And that's where things can start getting a little complicated. However, I would highly recommend FEA Create. That is the tool that I use, the software, the platform that I use for my courses, my group coaching, and my memberships, I have used FEA Create since October 2022, and I have loved every minute of working with this company. They are fantastic. Their customer service is second to none, and it is really simple to set up a course, and they literally have a training vault full of videos that take you step by step through putting a course onto the platform. So if you're thinking, oh, I'm really not techie, they literally walk you through it. Now, the great thing about FEA Create is if you have got a WordPress website already up and you're like, Donna, I don't want to start from scratch again, I've already got a WordPress website up, they can integrate with WordPress. You can have your entire website on there. I have both of my websites are on FEA Create, but if you do have a website already and you don't want to move it, you can integrate FEA Create with WordPress. You would need to talk to them about any other sort of integrations there. I'm not familiar with them all, but I highly recommend it. It is a great all-in-one platform. Like I say, I have all of my course stuff on there, but I also have my entire CRM. I have all of my funnels, my sales pages, my lead magnets, my email marketing. It all goes through FEA Create. It's a fantastic software platform and I love it. So if you are looking for something to host a possible new course on, I highly recommend giving that a look. I will leave a link to it in the show notes for you so you can head over and take a look at it and seriously consider what a course could do for your business, especially a spotlight or a mini course that you can set up on Evergreen to run in the background. So once you've done it, you can set it and forget it. Now, there may be tweaks you want to go in and do. There may be different areas of the year where you aren't in a high promotion for anything else and you might want to do a little promotion to it, but it's the sort of thing that you can set and forget and you can pick it up and give it a boost whenever you have time in your calendar to do so. So definitely have a think about what type of course you might want to do. So that is it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that has given you some food for thought. Join me over on Instagram, Donna_Eid_. Let me know what your biggest takeaway was from this episode. Drop me a rating on Apple Podcasts if you listen over there, or even if you don't, I would be very, very grateful. And if you want to be part of the Pod Squad, then head over to donnaeid.com/Pod Squad and you can sign up there and I will make sure that you get every new episode directly in your inbox with lots of tips and tricks along the way. I will speak to you soon. Bye for now.
Don't forget to hit those stars and leave a review of the podcast where you listen if you found value in what you heard today. It's a free way you can help the podcast reach more people just like you.